Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you. Live and on relay stations throughout the world, you're watching Bruce Goldberg Live with special guests tonight. We haven't announced them yet, but anyway, this is live and we're doing it right now. So give a nice big round of applause for Bruce Goldberg. Nurse. Hey, hee-haw, ho, hey, hey-ha. Welcome to Goldberg Live. It is live on a Sunday night here in the beautiful eastern suburbs, live from Goldberg Manor, right here where the sun never sets, as we tell you every single week. Hope you had a really good Valentine's Day. This is a Valentine's Day edition to all the people out there that had a great time. If you did something today interesting, which is not X-rated, please type it in the box below. We'd love to hear from you. Bit slow on the boom tish there, Mr. Producer. You got to be quicker. We've got the boys here as usual from Madway Productions, pressing the buttons and giving me the little signals and everything, but not the bird. No, they don't give me the bird. Anyway, if you've got up to anything during Valentine's Day, which we can talk about and all that sort of stuff, please have your say. Write it in the box below, wherever you're watching this on YouTube, Realstream, Facebook. Where else are we? We are everywhere, right? Yeah, we go out throughout the whole world on this crazy little show about absolute bullshit. That's what it's about, really. I mean, you know, your guess is as good as mine what it's about. I don't even know myself. People stop me in the street and they say, haven't I seen... No. They say, what's this show about? And I just say, well, it's just bullshit, really. I mean, it's just make it up. It's all totally ad lib, the whole show. Nothing's pre-organized or planned or rehearsed. Bullshit. Yeah, did I say that? No, I didn't say that. Nurse. Oh, dear. Anyway, it's going to be one of those nights, hey? Anything you want to say on Valentine's night? You might even want to say hello and give a cheerio out to your Valentine on this day. Interesting. The 14th of February, 2021. There you go. Everybody been watching the tennis? Barty, and I think the number one's just gone on the court now, but he's up against some guy who's going to probably lose. I don't know. Anyway, look, I can only watch so much. I watched Kyrgios the other night. It was interesting, but he lost, so it was no longer interesting after he lost, right? It's interesting. Every time the Australian Open's on, the tennis courts down the road at Rose Bay get packed because everyone thinks, they can play like those guys they see on TV, on the Australian Open. It's just incredible. And as soon as the Australian Open finishes, the tennis court just goes dead again. It just, it must be like that with every tennis court around Australia, all these kids thinking that they're the next big thing. But that's good, good to get out in the fresh air and running around and hitting the ball and hitting each other in the face with the rackets. It's good stuff. Anyway, if you've just joined us, this is live on a Sunday night. We do this live. Tonight we've got a few new things to play you. We've got hello Julie and hello Hillary. Great to have you both on board who are watching this on the Goldberg Live Facebook page. See, there's other streams that are watching this as we speak, not just Facebook Eastern Suburbs group. It's other pages and YouTube and all that. We have got some new things. We've got a cameo appearance from Simon Leong, the food critic, our local residential food critic. He'll be making a cameo appearance in the show. We've got a new sponsor. Look at that. New sponsor, hiretraders.com.au. I gave this a go the other day, actually, to get a plumber because I needed a plumber. And I got contacted by 3 different plumbers and I got a good price. And one of them's coming tomorrow to do a few things for me. So there you go. Here at Goldberg Manor. So there you go. And I have to... I do have a financial interest in this. They are a sponsor, so there you go. hiretraders.com.au. Welcome aboard. Great to have you guys on board with us here on Goldberg Live. A brand new sponsor. There you go. We've got the... headphones fall out and everything happens here at once. We've got the Vaucluse Daily. We've had so many people asking me to put this on our live show. So we've got the Vaucluse Daily without permission. So if the guys are watching from Vaucluse Daily, we're going to do this without permission. I've tried to contact you, but you haven't responded. So I'm just going to do it. What else have we got going on here? I mean, it's good publicity for them anyway, the Vaucluse Daily girls. It's really good. If you haven't watched it, it's really funny. You need to watch it and then you'll understand what I'm talking about as we go along. Oh, we've got a new dance routine that we want people to learn. That's coming up a little bit later on in the in the show. Oh, I've got a whole lot of new little things going on here. Hello, Jody Cohen-Scher. Hello to you. Hello, Karen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to all of you. And if you've just joined us, happy Valentine's Day. What did you get up to today? We'd love to hear from you. Write it in the box below. We'll read it out if it's readable. If you know what I'm saying, we got to keep it clean. This is a family, well, sort of adult orientated sort of show, but families are watching this, I would imagine. So yeah, keep it clean, but tell us what you got up to today in the way of restaurants or flowers and all that sort of stuff. What else do you want to have a say about? You just write it in those boxes below and have your say. We're going to come back right after this with a little bit more, and well, lots more actually. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Is Wollonga Road at Dover Heights the new Bermuda Triangle? We're going to talk about that as well. That comes up right after we do... Oh, we haven't got anything queued up, Mr. Producer. We've got nothing queued up for our ads. Why haven't we got any... Oh, now we do. Okay. We're coming back right after this with more of Goldberg Live. Don't go anywhere.
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093.
Introducing the Bedazzler, the machine that gives your wardrobe a new flair. Transform your ordinary tops and t-shirts into a new fabulous look with rhinestones and studs. An ordinary belt becomes exciting and new with a totally different look. Make your purse fashionable and unique with your very own design. Imagine transform your ordinary blue jeans into an expensive designer look. Be the envy of your friends. Bedazzler comes with 4 interchangeable heads for different size studs and rhinestones. To load stud or rhinestone into machine, use eraser end of a pencil. Press and it anchors that fast, that easy. Be creative. Bedazzle your socks. Mitts and gloves. Hats and scarves. Even runners, the choices are endless. Kids and adults, now you can give your clothes the Bedazzle look for a fraction of what it would cost to buy in stores. Bedazzler machine, complete with 150 studs, 4 interchangeable heads, pattern and instruction book, everything for $19.99 from K5. Money back if not delighted. Available.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Yes, welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're struggling through it with the technical glitches, but we're getting there. We are getting there. We usually have a nice tight show, but there's some technical stuff still going on. Anyway, welcome back if you've just joined us. We're talking about Valentine's Day. What did you get up to? What's been going on in the East? Wherever you're watching this around the world, in the eastern suburbs, in America, China. We go out everywhere. Hello, Vina. Welcome to the show. Great to have you on board too. Went to Cooper Park for a walk on Valentine's Day. Did you do that on your own on Valentine's Day? Seriously, on your own on Valentine's Day. That's not good. That's not good at all. Did you see many people down there playing tennis? I'm usually down there playing a game of tennis with a few of the people from this board, which is a bit of fun. Now, we had a notice on our board. You met my girl. Jody Cohen-Scher met my girl crush for a coffee. Ooh. Jody, tell us more. This is juicy gossip here. Well, you met your girl crush. Okay. That should be very interesting. Nurse. Anyway, is Wollonga Road part of the Bermuda Triangle? What an interesting topic. Well, we had a cat that went missing from Wollonga Road only yesterday, and the owner was desperate to find the cat. And we've had Melissa Caddick. Who? Oh, Melissa Caddick. Yes, you know that person, right? Well, you know of the person. Melissa Caddick went missing from Wollonga Road as well. But I must say, one of the two have been found, and that's the cat. The cat was found and safe, and that's great news because all of you know I'm a big animal lover, so that's great. So maybe it's not the Bermuda Triangle. Maybe it's just Melissa Caddick that's gone missing. But that's the first thing that went through my head last night when I saw a cat that's gone missing from Malanga Road. I'm thinking, huh? What's going on up there? What's going on? Venus says, yep, plenty of people playing tennis. Yeah, the tennis courts aren't too bad there. But what scares me is because some of them are on higher levels than others. And when the ball goes over to one side, you nearly fall down into the next tennis court because there's a slope. I've played there often enough to know where the slope is. And you've got to somehow stop yourself by slamming into the wire fence or whatever you're doing. Anyway, look, it's a peaceful place with the creek noise and the birds and everything going on there while you're playing. It's very, very, very peaceful there. Very, very peaceful. Hello, Sally Betts, the local Waverley councillor. How are you? Welcome to the show. I hope you had a good Valentine's Day, Sally. We're just asking people what they got up to during Valentine's Day, if it was on your own or with somebody. And, we'd love to hear from you, what you got up to. Somebody asked me, do I know when Sushi Train is opening? No, I don't, but it will be opening soon. It will be opening. Gee, I tell you what, though, I feel sorry for that Sushi Man place next to Il Chuco, because as soon as Sushi Train opens, they're going to get hammered. So we've got to support all the local shops, guys, not just the new ones that open up, all of them. We've got to support everybody because the rents are astronomical in the eastern suburbs. Absolutely. And there's a new shop opening in Double Bay. It's called, now let me get this right, XLSM, I think. It's like a men's, I think it might be a men's clothing store. I'm not sure because they haven't removed all the petitions up yet. But it sounds like a measurement for men, XL and XS, that's what it was. XL and XS, I think, or SML. I don't know. Anyway, look, it's got me confused. But does anyone know what that is opening up on New South Head Road at Double Bay? Looks interesting, whatever it is. Looks very, very interesting. Leslie Barona asks, do tadpoles still live in Cooper Park? I'd say they would. I remember going down there when I was a kid, down to Cooper Park and catching tadpoles. So I'd say they still would be there in the creek and everything. There's a lot of wildlife still down there in Cooper Park. I believe there's deer down there. Well, that's what someone led me to believe. I'm sure there's foxes down there too. I'm sure there's snakes. I'm sure there's a lot of people, a lot of things I should say, going down there. And there's some people that are snakes that probably go there as well. There's plenty in the area. Yeah, Leslie, I think there is. I think there's quite a few tadpoles in there that have to keep it like that because there's creeks and they haven't dried up as far as I know. But there's a big water tank thing, so I think that feeds the creek. I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember. Because when I go to play tennis, I just park in the car park there and just go and play. I don't walk all the way through anymore like I used to. Haven't done that for years. They've still got the cave style seating places though, where people can sit for picnics and all that. I'm just reading what Leslie just. Melissa who? Maybe Melissa lives there. Melissa who? Who are we talking about?
Nurse.
Oh, we went black. Melissa. Oh, yes, Melissa. Yeah, well, they reckon there's a new squad about to hunt her down or track her down. I think she's deceased. I think she died shortly before she was reported missing. That's my take on it. I mean, everyone's entitled to their own take on what's going on here. But when I take out the ASIC side of it, it's a textbook for me. What's happening there, because there's a lot of similarities. But I won't go into it. I won't point fingers. And anyway, you guys sit back and watch. But I made a bet with somebody that if I'm wrong and she's found alive, and I hope she is found alive, that I will walk nudie around Rose Bay. I will walk nudie around Rose Bay if Melissa Caddick is found alive. because I honestly think she's deceased. All the things point to a deceased person. So that's my bet I've had with a few people, and I will video it to prove that I keep to my end of the deal. If that is the case, if she is found alive, which I hope she is, actually, because I don't care walking around nude around Rose Bay. It doesn't bother me. It wouldn't be the first time. When I was a toddler, I walked nude. So, you know, all these years later, just a few years later, I'll walk nude. It'll be people will evacuate. I mean, you know, places will absolutely go empty. Nurse. When I start walking nude, because I've lost a bet. Let's hope I do lose the bet, but that's the bet I've got with a few people, that I will walk nude if she's found alive around Rose Bay. I will walk nudie. Let's get the wording right. I will walk nudie around Rose Bay. There we go. Anyway, anything else people want to have a say about? You just write it in the box below like Leslie did and all the others have done. We'd like to hear from you. Yeah, we've got people watching us from all over the place tonight. All over the place. We've got lots of things to play you tonight. New stuff, new fresh stuff. We've got a cameo appearance coming up from Simon Leong, our local food critic from Simon's Food Favorites, who actually, you know, it's funny because I drove past this new place during the week, and I thought it was 5 ways still, but they've called it 7 ways now, supposedly. It went up just like inflation. And this place was packed. And I got back to the board to ask, what is this new place? And Simon Leong has already been there, and it's called Fish Shop, supposedly. I don't know. And it's on the Blair side of the new building where the Smash Repairs used to be, corner of Glen Avenue and Blair Street. If that's the same place we're talking about, I don't know. And they reckon the guys from Fishbowl own it, so it's called Fish Shop. So there's one S in it. Yeah, they've taken out an S, so they're playing on the words, right? And it's packed. It's chock-a-block, and it looks good. Simon gave it the thumbs up. It looks good. He's pretty fast moving on that, I'll tell you, because that must have just opened very, 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 very soon. Anyway, Jody says, I hope she is found alive just to see you. Oh, Jody, come on. You don't want to see me. I'd be the worst. You'd be running for the hills if you saw me with nudie. I mean, walking nudie. If you saw me walking nudie, it would shock you. It would. I will stick to it, though. I do keep to my bets, and I will walk nudie around Rose Bay. It could be Lime Park or Dover Road. I don't know. I've just got to be careful I don't get arrested, right? Walking nudie around Rose Bay. But anyway, I will honour that bet. It opened last week, the Fish Shop, according to Sally Betts from Council. If anyone knows, it's going to be Sally Betts, of course, with a liquor license. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they are the guys from Fishbowl. Okay. There's Simon Leong. What are you doing? Simon, you're on the board riding away, and we're talking about you being at Fish Shop. If you just joined us, how it's just open. Karen says, "Oh, this is about Melissa Caddick. It's a mystery, but honestly, I feel for her son. Yeah, we all do. We all feel for her son. I look. If for those that aren't members of the Melissa Caddick board, there is a board for this Melissa Caddick thing. There's some crazy, outrageous assumptions out there that are on that board, but go and have a read of some of them. Some of them are very interesting. Some people have gone to extreme lengths to get information on her. And there's also a photo, supposedly, of Melissa Caddick when she was very young, known as Melissa Brown, I think that was her maiden name. So she looks like she was only about 17 or 18. But there's some interesting comments that some people have made, as well as the lunatic ones that some people have made. And you know, you make up your own minds what's going on there. But, you know, I've got to congratulate 60 Minutes. For the first time in 2 weeks, 60 Minutes tonight, if it's even on, does not have a story about Melissa Caddick. How about that, hey? How about that? Not even one mention of Melissa Caddick. There you go. A whole week without it. Whew. Did you see that thing I posted up, though, from the Sunday Telegraph, though? Seriously, in all those disguises that she's wearing, possibly? I mean, come on. That's really trying to push a bit further. I mean, really, I mean, if she's hiding somewhere, they'll find her. I hope she is alive and well, but, you know, everyone knows my theory on it. I think she died back in November, unfortunately. That's my take on it. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. Anyway, anything else you guys want to have a say about? Simon, I think you should tell us about how you went with Fish Shop. How did you find it? What did you order? Just type away, Simon. We'd love to hear from you. What's going on? We've got you coming up actually on our video very soon with something that we did, if you'll remember what we did. In the meantime, let's do something new. I think it's time for the Vaucluse Daily.
How's it, Susan Vonchevsky, the Vaucluse Daily? No, I am not Mickey Mouse. I am simply being COVID safe. It certainly is in line with our exit from the Australian Open. Obviously, we were choppered down to watch a game or two and choppered out as swiftly at 11:59, no less. Mr. Andrews, my question to you is this. Does the mask seem extreme to you? We couldn't possibly have the COVIDs get back into the Rose Garden again. You think we'd learn from the first time? Apparently not. Anyway, look, I'm off for lunch with my good friend Gladys, and let's hope you're all keeping well. Okay, see you now.
Hi, I'm Simon from Simon Food Favorites, and you're watching Goldberg Live. Bruce, was that okay? You pay me enough money to say that. Okay, cool. See you later. Bye.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Yes. Welcome back to Goldberg Live. Live from Goldberg Manor, where the sun never sets. What is going on in that room over there? I can hear their noise. What are they doing over there? I know it's Valentine's Day, but you don't have to do it in my manor. Come on. Gee, people. Servants, maids and butlers should not be doing that in my manor. Thank you very much. Boy, oh boy, I tell you what. Watching TV so loud in there, it's just amazing, isn't it? It's just absolutely incredible. Welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're talking about all sorts of weird and wonderful things tonight. And that was Simon making his cameo appearance, you see. Simon made his cameo appearance there, recorded at, where was that? Chocolate Johnny's, yeah, Perfection Chocolates, our good friend Johnny Capos. Did anyone buy chocolates from there for Valentine's Day today? What did you get for Valentine's Day, people? We'd love to hear from you. What did you do? What did you get up to? We'd love to hear from you. And yes, Simon, I'm going to do the nudie. I'm going to walk nudie. I'm going to walk nudie around Rose Bay, if I'm wrong, okay? I'm setting the record straight and correct wording. I'm going to walk nudie around Rose Bay, if I'm wrong, okay? Couldn't be any clearer than that. I'm going to walk nudie around Rose Bay. Okay, on with the show. Anything else anyone wants to say, just type it in the box below. We'd love to hear what you have to say. I think it's time we played something here, and I want you to watch really carefully, okay? I want you to watch really, really carefully of this guy in the front row, okay? Watch him really carefully, especially when it gets, like, further into it, okay? Watch carefully as we learn how to dance Japanese style.
The first expression, domo, domo.
Domo, domo. Domo, domo. Domo, domo. Domo, domo.
And next we have, じゃあ、そんなわけで。
じゃあ、そんなわけで。じゃあ、そんなわけで。じゃあ、そんなわけで。じゃあ、そんなわけで。
The third expression is, 今度遊びに来てください。
今度遊びに来てください。今度遊びに来てください。今度遊びに来てください。今度遊びに来てください。
And last of all, おいおい。
おいおい。おいおい。おいおい。おいおい。
ではいつかまたどこかであなたの元気 I have a bad case of diarrhea. 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 肩に手を乗せ I have クロスして a bad case お腹をさすって of diarrhea ジェスチャーゲームの要領です。感情を込めてやってみましょう。 I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea. I have a bad case of diarrhea.
Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretraders.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Ah, yes. Welcome back to Goldberg Live. We had to cut short that diarrhea song. We seriously did. I had to cut it short. I said to the guys, cut that diarrhea song short because it's giving me the shits. Supposed to be a boom tish there. Thank you. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is the Valentine's special, Goldberg Live. Sally Betts is riding away here. There is a very nasty development at the top of Beaumont Street. Someone can't wait for the video of me walking nudie around Rose Bay if I lose a bet. Okay. Working with neighbours, 139% over floor space, seniors development using a loophole to put DA in. Yeah, I read about this in Beaumont Street. What number is that in Beaumont Street, Sally? What number is that loophole for the old person's retirement thing? I'd like to know the street number. I'm curious to know. There's a very nice house for sale actually in Beaumont Street at the moment. It's very nice house actually. Number 33 I think it is. Very, very nice house with a swimming pool and all sorts of things. I think it's a 4-bedder. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 4-bedder, but very, very nice property in Beaumont Street. Karen has written to us and said, "Oh, Bruce, I've forgotten to mention on Friday, how did the council decide to do gardening on the nature strip on Campbell Parade during peak hour?" Don't know. Sally Betts, you might want to answer that one from council's perspective. Didn't you enjoy that guy dancing with the shorts on in that video? What was he thinking? 53 to 57. So when you go up Beaumont Street, is on your left or your right as you go up from Old South Head Road? Left or right on Beaumont? And it was before the curve, the first curve. 5 beds. Big guy. It's a 5-bed, is it? At number 33 for sale. Ah. Very nice. That should go well. I think that'd go over 5 mil, surely. Shouldn't it? I don't know. I don't know the prices anymore around here. I've lost touch with it all. But yeah, it's really good. At 7:30, it was madness backed up the hill. Wow. Right above the curve. Oh, I see, Sally. Okay, so it's above the curb. The development, the proposed development using a loophole. Yeah, well, council needs to step in and stop the loophole. Basically, shut it, slam it shut. 7:30 down at Campbell Parade doing the medium strip, was it? Were they doing Blair Street's medium strip where the flowers are, or Campbell Parade's with the palm trees are now? It must be Campbell Parade's palm trees. Well, Sally, what's going on there? If you just joined us, Sally Betts from Council's here. We have a lot of people from Waverley Council that watch this show, and a lot of people watch this show back during the week. So we get thousands of people, according to our statistics, that watch this over a period of a week. So they don't always watch it live, but they're watching it in their own time, which is on demand, and that's good. That's fine. Doesn't bother me. The Campbell Parade palm trees. Yeah. I'd like to know when those roots get bigger for those palm trees, what's going to happen? They're going to go underneath the road. We're going to have the same issue that we've got on Old South Head Road just before the traffic lights going down Old South Head Road before Kaluas Street. That big intersection there where all the tree, you can feel the tree roots as you drive over them. going down Old South Head Road, just before Kaluas Street, the big intersection. Now, we're going to have the same problem on Campbell Parade unless somebody uses some brains now before those palm trees get too big. And it's just common sense. It's just crazy common sense, you know. It's like, that green artificially made fabric-y looking stuff they put on trees to make it look nice around the roots. Don't they realize it's going to pop out eventually because the roots are going to get bigger and they're going to be looking for water or sewage or whatever to survive? It's called survival. And those things are going to pop out. And it might look all nicey to begin with, but, further down the track, you're not thinking ahead. You're creating yourself more nightmares, especially with palm trees in such a narrow strip on Campbell Parade where the trams used to go, actually. And there used to be car spots along there after the trams. But, it might look nice now, but those roots are going to get in the way and go along Campbell Parade, and that's the last thing we want. But no one thinks ahead here. No one thinks ahead. Those are Washingtonians, not huge roots, apparently. On Campbell Parade, are we talking about? Are we talking about Old South Head Road or Campbell Parade? Because the ones on Old South Head Road, you can feel it as the car goes over those bumps, the roots of the trees, if you know where I'm talking about, on your left, just before you can see Stewart's auto on the left there. Just before you can see that, those tree roots, you can feel it in the car when you drive down. For those people that drive, you'll know what I'm talking about. You probably understand it when you go up down there next, you'll feel it. You think, that idiot on that live show, yeah, he was right. Yeah, he was right. How is it long I've been in Australia, and I know that this has been brought up before. It rains on Old South Head Road there, huge puddles, and they cannot fix the drainage. Oh, yes, opposite the the Ampol now it's called, not Caltex. Yeah, it's called Ampol. Karen, we should go for council. Bruce, I think we should go to council. No. In the medium strip Campbell Parade. No, I don't want to go for council. I want to be MP. But the only thing that stops me from being MP is that I'd only go with Sharma's team. So if Dave Sharma left, I'll go to replace him. Because I know you just can't beat, in this area, the Libs, really. I mean, I know they lost once to Karen, who's now going for Lord Mayor, actually. Funny we mentioned this. She's going for Lord Mayor. Good on her. I hope she gets it too. She's a great lady, Karen Phelps. I hope she gets it. So maybe some common sense comes into the city council now, instead of bike lanes everywhere where we don't need them. Maybe some common sense can prevail there, and Karen Phelps is the ideal person for that. She's got my vote if I was to vote, which I don't, for city council, but she's up against the usual person that's up there, so it'll be very, very interesting. So good luck to Karen Phelps from all of us here, and the Double Bay and Rose Bay community, and everyone in the east. Kick her ass. So, yeah, good luck, Karen Phelps. Hey, bud, how's it going? I'm good, James. I'm mighty fine here. I'm just sitting around here relaxed on a Valentine's Day night and just sipping my coffee. And yeah, there's real coffee in this. I mean, people think there's not, but there is, yeah. Nothing like a good coffee at night time to keep you awake. You can run on council with me anytime. Oh, thank you, Sally. I think I'd drive myself into a wall, though. I'd be headbutting myself into a wall with frustration. And one of the first things I would change would be the way we perceive Bondi Beach. That's the first thing I would change. Like, Bondi Beach is supposed to be an international place to go. Well, it's supposedly a famous beach, but we don't act like it. You've got to act like it to be treated like it, right? Horse before the carriage. Anyway, that's another story for another day. Yeah, the flooding that happens out, like I was going to say before, outside Ampol, where Caltex was, now it's Ampol, on Old South Head Road, is really bad. It's been like that for years and years. I can't even remember when it wasn't like that. So it always floods just there, where a lane merges onto the main lane, if you know what I'm saying. The bus lane merges, or the other traffic lane merges into the one lane. That has always been a flood zone there, with the
golf course to its left as you head north on Old South Head Road. That's always been an issue, always, when it rains heavily. So, look, at least we've got the potholes fixed, right? See, those spray painting of dicks paid off, you see. Tash and Tash Goldie and all them, it paid off for them to do it, you see. That's a good thing to do, you see. Caffeine at night, James Stewart said. Yeah, it's caffeine at night. It's just Jarrah. It's just Jarrah. That milk, condensed milk stuff, and you just mix it in with hot water. That's all it is. That's all it is. We have done a big flood study. Why do you need a study? You don't need a study. I can tell you where they are without a study. Don't get me started, Sally. I can tell you where it is. It's right opposite Ampol, near where you are, on Old South Head Road. It doesn't take a study to tell you there's a flood. Just go for a drive. There's your free study. And that money saved on studies can be put into bigger and better things for the kid. Look, it's that simple. It's as simple as it sounds without the red tape, you see. This is what I'd be doing if I was going for council or MP or whatever. Common sense has to prevail. Paying for a study? A study that there's floods? Last time I checked, I think we can see when there's a flood. That's how the study would find it, by looking as well. So people are too lazy to look for themselves that there's a flood in certain parts of eastern suburbs. Come on. Yes, we know, but the flooding is actually more worse than you think. It is. It is much worse. It's not what I think. It's what I see. I can see. I know where the problems are. There's a water runoff thing that goes under Marouvri Road. It goes under the Avenue. Goes under Challier Street, Onslow Street. Goes under all those streets, and the houses that are totally above, are directly above that drain water place, they get flooded. They get damp and they get flooded. I won't say where, but there's a house. There's a house above one of those drain water, above that drain water outlet thing that goes under those streets I've just mentioned, where you can actually go into the house and you can see the water line above the power points. Yes, folks, above the power points. How dangerous is that? And I know there's been new guttering put in and all that crap I'm going to hear. But you know what? I don't think it stops the dampness coming through. I would never buy a house above one of those stormwater places. Actually, I think there's one house up for sale now right above it. Is somewhere or other, I was saying. Anyway, everyone to their own. Do your homework, folks, before you buy a house. That's what you do anyway. Flooding goes from Simpson, Coluis, Niblick. Where's Niblick? I've never heard of Niblick. Karen says, I can do it and draw a map, use the money to fix it rather. Yeah, I think we can all do that. But hey, we've got to have a study. Ooh, we've got to have political correctness here. We've got to have a study. Common sense has gone out the window. Yep, that's what happens when you get stuck in the middle of it. You belong to the Church of Waverley Collegeology. Waverley Councilology, I should say. Waverley Councilology. That's the word. Waverley Councilology. That's what happens. Sydney Water is paying. Yeah, and then they pass the rates on to us. That's what happens. Yeah, but, the study's useless because the study doesn't use any scientific machinery. They just use people going out there writing things down, what they see, don't they? Are they using machinery? What are they using to tell if there's going to be a flood somewhere? You tell me. Tell me, how can you do a study without seeing a flood to begin with? How? You just guess? I don't get it. I totally don't get it. It's like this reminds me of a financial advisor that works for a bank. Well, if they knew what they were talking about, why would they need to be a financial advisor in a bank? They should do their own thing. They don't need to work for a bank on a bank wage, do they? Same sort of thing. It's literally been like that for 25 years, to my knowledge, and probably longer. So they do studies, and then what? Well, they just keep doing the studies. They keep doing the studies. You've opened up a can of worms here, Sally. You have. And the Cambantrum cannot solve that issue, really. It can't. Unbelievable. Nurse. They have to increase the size of the pipes. They do studies and then they have to increase the size of the pipes under golf course. What? So it's taken 25 years to do that? I could have told them that 25 years ago. There's always been flooding there on Old South Head Road. Always. And there's always a problem on Sid Einfield Drive. It always clogs up. I could tell you that too without even doing a study. I could tell you down at Rushcutters Bay, just past the BP there on your left, it always floods. I can tell you where all the floods are. A local knows all the flood areas. You know, when it rains, it hails. But, you know, the sun never sets here in Goldberg Mansion. No, never in Goldberg Manor at all. Anyway, if you have anything you want to say, folks, have your say right now. We'd love to hear from you. Say what you got to say. You can type it in the box below, or you can... what else can they do tonight? No, they can just type it in the box below. All right, I'm just getting told that by my executive producers just over here. We got two of them from Madways here as usual tonight. Madway Productions, with there. I will give you a plug. And Madways was good enough to put up our new sponsor's logo, hiretradeies.com.au, where you get 3 free quotes. There you go. They're our new sponsor. And it's great to have them on board too. Okay, anything else you guys want to say, just type it in the box. We'd love to hear from you. So what happens when a slightly older guy gets into the rhythm of things and feels like he wants to dance? Well, take a look at this.
Mi amor, lo amo. Ay, lo amo. Ya, mira, ya te... No. Es que así se bailaba, hija. Así se bailaba. Ay, no. Así, los pasos que él hace, así eran.
We're asking people in the street, what do they think of Goldberg Live?
The psychiatrist decided that this was the situation for me.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
You want to see my tits?
I'm not afraid. I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Who's the boogeyman? You figure it out. I'm getting out of here. I'm going back to Waterloo where the vampires hang out.
Goldberg Live. It could be worse. Need to sell your property? Get a free market appraisal with Daniel Barron of LJ Hooker Double Bay, the sales expert of the East. Call Daniel on 0418 243 093. That's 0418 243 093. Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradeies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
Yes, welcome back to Goldberg Live. This is live. It's better off than being dead, right? On a Valentine's Day night in February the 14th, on a Sunday night. What have you been up to? We're talking about what you've been up to on Valentine's Day today. You got to keep it clean though, okay? We're talking about floods on Sid Einfield Drive and the golf course, and studies that are getting paid for by taxpayers' money to find out where things are flooding. Well, I could have told you where things were flooding. So could Karen. We could all tell you that. Don't have to be a genius to work it out. Sid Einfield Drive is fixed, supposedly, according to Sally Betts. Did they do a study to know that Sid Einfield Drive does get flooded? I mean, you know, Can you please explain to me, how do you do a study? How do you do a study on floods? I mean, you could do a study, I suppose, on potential flooded areas, but really, how on earth, unless it's been built incorrectly, then how do you know? Hang on, now there's no study according to Sally Betts. Okay. I'm totally confused now, Sally. You've got me totally confused. Totally confused. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Anyway, on with the show. Anything else you guys want to say? Please have your say. Write it in the box below and have your say. We'd love to hear from you. We're talking to people from all around the world tonight. This is going everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Ustream, Realstream, and there's a few others I've been told that we're going on it. There was no study. Well, see, you didn't need to get it. See, you didn't need a study to fix up St. Ironfield Drive. That's the point. It was obvious to all the locals that where the flood was, and you didn't need. There you go. See, you saved money by not having a study. It's just common sense. It's just common sense, you know. And this is like with anything, you know. Once you get too involved in everything, and you're in the office every day, you start getting, like, not brainwashed, but sort of like the blinkers go on, and you're part of that problem where then they've got to outsource stuff, and you hear all the politicians says that. Well, all the politicians say, "I've been advised. My advice is," and I've been advised, and my advice is. They don't just have the guts to actually say it themselves. They have to have something to fall back on, like a study, or my advice is, or I've been advised. Where's common sense gone? It's gone out the window. That's where it's gone. It's so frustrating. It really is. It is so frustrating. And, you know, it's as frustrating as waiting for petrol when your car doesn't take petrol, it takes diesel. That's how frustrating it gets. Extremely frustrating. Anyway, anything you want to say, folks? Have your say. That's a good point, Karen. Maybe it never rained when they built the road in a drought. Well, they have to do plans, though. Someone obviously had to have seen where that water runoff goes, and in the plans and the diagrams and the schematics, or what do they call it there? Study checking stormwater drains. Waverley has made sure that on our side they are clear of roots, etc. Right. Well, the roots are on the way on the Wallara side on the going down Old South Head Road, because Old South Head Road split into two. One's Waverley Council, closest to the beach, obviously, and the other one is Wallara. So it's a Wallara issue, not a Waverley Council issue, where those roots are going down Old South Head Road. But the trees down there at Bondi Beach that Karen brought up, palm trees, or they look like palm trees to me, and sometimes if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's most likely a duck. They're going to grow roots. And the only way they can go, because it's such a narrow little place they've been put, is underground, under the road. So we're going to have trouble further down the track with roots going under Campbell Parade. Something, I don't know if anyone's thought of this. Why hasn't anyone thought of that? You know, when it gets taller, those palm trees, they're going to have roots that go wider. It's just common sense. It has to balance itself out. Otherwise, it'll be lopsided and fall over, which it won't. But it's going to have to dig itself underneath the tar. So the Wallara Council needs to trim the roots in the drains. Well, just call a drain expert. They'll do it. You know, that's basically it. I'm only concerned if it causes peak hour traffic. I will make inquiries and let you know. Oh, that's good, Sally. See, Sally gets things done. If you want something done with Waverley Council, come on this show and speak your mind, because it gets done. Because all the councillors, and I give it to them sometimes, they know that. All the councillors watch this. Pardon me. They all watch this. And from Waverley, anyway. I don't think we've got many from Wallara. I don't know. Oh, I know we've got tons from Waverley, though. They watch this, and they know. And, you know, holes in roads, potholes get fixed instantly within that day or that night. All that sort of stuff. We've got pretty powerful stuff going on in this show, which is good because, you know, We've got to get it done. Got to get stuff done. Otherwise, it just sits around forever. I tell you what, that pothole that was near the fire brigade station about 2 weeks ago. Now, I have been over some potholes in my time, and I drive a four-wheel drive, okay? And I got the shock of my life. I absolutely got the shock of my life. I went over the pothole, and I'm in a four-wheel drive, which is made for that sort of stuff, you know, off-roading and all that. And I got the shock of my life. So I can imagine what people must have felt when they went over in a sedan, a basic sedan, four-wheel sedan, or a motorbike. You wouldn't stand a chance. You'd fall off it. And those Uber drivers or Uber delivery people, you know, on cycles, they would have fallen off. We were lucky there was no death or serious injury from it, because that just before the fire brigade station heading towards Bondi Junction, it was a massive pothole, massive, and it was just ridiculous. But I'm glad it's all fixed up now, because, you know, the threat of spray painting around those holes and all that pays off. It wasn't me doing that. Oh, I didn't threaten that at all. It was an idea some girls came up with on this board that we talk a lot on, and it obviously paid off very well, because the last thing the council wants to see is those sort of spray paints in protest. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's take a quick break and come back with lots more after we do this.
Okay, story time. So I work at a jewelry store, and today a man came in looking for a gift for his wife for their 10th year anniversary. He ended up picking out a piece that said, "My beautiful wife." And I said, "Anything else for you today?" And he said, "No, that's it for her, but I do want to make another purchase using a separate credit card. And could you possibly create a different account for me?" And I said, "Sure, what are you looking for?" And he said, "Do you have anything that says girlfriend?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it. And do you have anything that says happy 1 year anniversary to go with it?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Perfect, I'll take it." So I boxed everything up all nice, and I put them in their respected bags. He had me mark a K for Kristen on the bottom of his wife's bag and an L for Laura on the bottom of his girlfriend's bag. I put pretty bows on them. I handed it to him. I said, "They're gonna love it. Have a nice day." And he said, "Thank you." And shit, I just remembered that his wife's name is Laura and his girlfriend's name is Kristen. I must have mixed up the bags. Oops.
Because I know some horses are like that.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Hey, nice. Nope, we still did it.
Jesus. Where you steering, honey? Good job, Linz. You got it, sweetheart. Keep going. Good, you're turning. Turn.
It's a fun fashion sensation. The incredible I'm in the Mood shirt. Perfect for today's lifestyle. It's fun. Goes where you go. The Mood applique actually changes color responding to your mood, your hidden emotions. Black, you are tense. Green, you are more relaxed. And finally, the most desired shade of violet blue. You are in the mood. A fun part of your life. The In the Mood shirt comes in a complete range of sizes and colors. In the Mood shirts, available at leading stores everywhere.
Goldberg Live is brought to you by hiretradies.com.au. Get 3 free quotes from local tradies near you.
And welcome back to Goldberg Live. We're doing this live from the eastern suburbs of Sydney, where the sun Never sets from Goldberg Manor, live from Goldberg Manor. My neighbours love me. They absolutely love me. We've got the big floodlights on the balconies behind me, so we can get the camera lighting correct and everything. And they must love me. They don't say anything to me. They just ignore me. They don't actually say anything. I think they don't want to cause problems. I don't know. Anyway, they love me at this time of the night, 10:30 at night with big floodlights on the balcony. If you drive around the eastern suburbs, you can see where we're broadcasting from because the big floodlights are on the balconies. That's why it looks like it's broad daylight out the back there, but it's not. It's just big floodlights. Our power bill goes crazy. The little meter thing goes spinning around really fast. I just thought I'd share that with you, all those people watching this, in case you're wondering. Nurse. Anyway, anything you want to say, folks, just type it in the box below and have your say. Let me just catch up with what some of the people have been saying here, I should say. Okay. The traffic fines that people given at the moment, things are that people are not aware, like some person got a fine for not closing their car windows, never knew it was a thing. What? You get, hang on a minute. How can you get, hang on a second. You get fined. You're telling me that if you don't close your windows, you get fined. What if you got a pet in the car and you need to keep the window open for fresh air for the pet, your dog or your cat or your galah or whatever? So you're going to get fined? That's insane. That's totally insane. I've never heard of that before. Okay, Sally Betts, can you explain that one, please? Nurse. That's just insane. That's just absolutely insane. Leslie saw Goldberg Manor, I would assume, from space. Yeah, you probably could, because there's the big neon. They got what are we using here? What sort of lights are they? What are they? Neon. They're not. Are they neon? Are they neon floodlights? Are they? Ah, so we're using neon floodlights to light up the background for Goldberg Live. There you go. No idea. The person had the fine up. Maybe it was on Bondi Loop. Oh, the backpacker board. That's the backpacker board. Oh, BS on there. Come on. The Bondi Loop. It's a huge board with, it's a backpacker place for people that want to rent rooms and stuff like that. Selling gift cards and... Oh, boy. Anyway... Buyer beware, that's all I'm going to say. Buyer beware. So, yeah, don't believe everything you read on Bondi Loop. But I will say this. That reminds me. There's some clown up at Vaucluse who is running a food business, selling food from his unit in Vaucluse. Obviously not licensed, obviously not council approved on the Waverley side of things. Sally Betts, you need to look into this. Putting everyone at risk by doing that, has not been licensed, has not been health checked or anything like that, because they'd advertise the fact if they were, and running it from home. Now, the food looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks good. And the menu looks good and everything like that, but this clown is running it from home. A commercial kitchen. He's turned it into a commercial kitchen from a unit in a unit block, because I know where he is. And there's no approval. So Sally Betts, can you look into that and get the guy legalized, will you? Because he's putting everyone at risk, all the all the idiots. I mean, people say, "Oh, give him a break." Hang on a minute. It's illegal. You need does he drive a car without a license too? Does he do that? And this competes with restaurants that pay big money to be not only renting the property that they're on, but be health checked and accredited and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so it's not fair to them either. So this clown up at Vaucluse on Old South Head Road needs to be pulled into line. I'm sick of reading about it, about his ads. I'm sick and tired of it. It's ridiculous. Totally, totally ridiculous. I'm just getting a message here from somebody I know, a personal friend. Oh yeah, okay, that's the license. Okay, yeah, the ticket. Yeah, okay. So there you go. Yeah, I just saw that. Thank you, Karen. Brian just sent it to me. Yeah, I just saw it. So there you go. So yeah, that clown up at Vaucluse. If you're watching this show, mate, you're going to be shut down because you can't do that. You can't run a commercial food thing out of your little kitchen in a block of units. Otherwise, we'd all be doing it. And you're putting everyone at risk. You may think you're not, but you are totally at risk. Totally. And if you've had food poisoning, and I have a few times, I can tell you it's the worst thing you could ever have. Seriously, it really is. Can you give me an address? Yeah, I can. I can give you his exact address. I tracked it down. I'll find out where he... Have a look, Sally. They advertise on Bondi Loop and all these other wannabe boards that try to compete with us, but they don't because they're too small. So, yeah, I'll send it to... It's putting everyone at risk, right, Sally? That is correct. I mean, you know the rules, right? Sally, can you just tell us what are the rules for these people running their little entrepreneurial kitchen out of their unit without being approved? What are the rules with that? I mean, what risk are they putting people at? Are they actually able to do this without a license? I doubt it. I doubt it very, very much. Because we'd all be doing it otherwise, wouldn't we? And why would restaurants exist? They just run it out of their houses too, their units. So, it does put people at risk. And we had Maurice and his wife from Mitri End of Lease Cleaning on way back. And they were telling us after they clean places, there's no way they would order from any of these places that run from their unit. There's no way, because they've seen the other side of it. We're actually cleaning when these people are vacated. And not saying that guy Vaucluse is like that, but come on. If you're going to do it properly, get a commercial premises and do it. And get approved and get the certificate. Because you're putting everyone at risk. They have to have approval after our health people check it out. Yeah, well, they haven't got it, obviously. And they're running it from a unit up at Vaucluse, which near Diamond Bay. Just before... Just after Diamond Bay on your right, block of units on your right. It's a greyish-looking block of units. I'll give the exact address because we tracked it down. And it's just ridiculous, putting everyone at risk. Someone pointed it out to me. That's how I know. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even known about it. But, yeah, it's still going on. Even at the height of COVID, it was going on, but now it's still going on. This guy's got some good concepts, so I'll give him that because I had a look. He's got some damn good concepts. If he only put that into a commercial premises, I think he'd do okay. I think he'd just... rent out a little commercial premises that's been approved. And I think you'll do fine, mate, if you're watching. Whoever you are, don't even know who you are. But, yeah, it's about time they crack down on all this crap because it just takes one person to get ill and it's, seriously ill, an aged person or somebody else. And it knocks me for a six when I've had food poisoning and I'm not old age yet. So you can imagine what happens if an older aged person eats and gets sick with food poisoning, how bad that can be. Think about it. It's life-threatening stuff. And that's the last thing they want. That's the last thing any of us want, no matter how old we are. Kids, adults, older people. We don't want that rubbish. None. Zero. Anything else on your mind, folks? Please write it on the board and have your say. We'd love to hear from you. I'm just getting a lot of messages here from a lot of different people here. So many get through here. It's crazy. Anyone been watching the tennis? Did anyone watch the tennis or done anything new and exciting? Ooh, we're getting a show here through our headphones about 3 minutes later. Anything else? Nidor missed the show. Oh. Who was that? Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. Welcome to the show, sort of, I think. It's near the end of the show now, Ronnie, and I think you're a little bit late. But anyway, I'm going to head off into the sunset. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe, keep well, and remember, if you see me in the street, come up and say hi. I won't bite your head off, but you know the deal. I'll try to. Good night.
You've just been watching Goldberg Live, brought to you by hiretrades.com.au.
Nurse.
This has been a Madways presentation, darling.
Pico, pico, pico.